What's up, people?
Welcome to the Unscripted All Talk Podcast.
We're back.
We're back. Ladies, take over today. I'm Jen, your local favorite realtor, and this is
Brittany Alexandra. I missed you guys. I have not been here. It was a crazy summer, but we're here. We're back. We're
She's back, gorgeous as ever.
And I'm Quantia. I do facials and lashes here.
Let's go, baby!
In the building.
And her skin looks beautiful, like radiant.
Always.
Thank you. I did a chemical peel today, actually.
Oh.
I did, yeah.
Is this like the time to do it? Like, when are you supposed to do like
fall.
your peels?
Fall is the time to do
Right?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
get your glycolic, salicylic, you know.
When does the
Jesner.
retinol come into play?
So
Is that now or like?
retinol's now too.
Okay.
Yeah, but definitely at night.
Because like the sun, right?
Always.
Yeah, the sun. Yeah, the sun's
I'm
gonna
learning a
interact
lot,
with it.
guys. I want to let you all know. I want to be looking even more flawless. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you gotta give us all the tips.
I know.
Okay, I got y'all.
Gatekeeping.
Get you dead.
I'm not right now though.
It's 2024.
She just wants everyone.
Guys,
to
at the
come
end, we're
into
going to
her
have,
office.
if you have any questions for Q, we're going to literally ask her after
Yep.
we get through the episode.
Type in all those skincare questions. Are we live on YouTube? Because I don't see it.
No?
Oh, I see it now.
We
My
live,
bad.
baby. We live.
Oh,
my
my
bad, my
goodness.
bad. Just wanted to make sure I'm checking on the comments. So say hello. Make sure you like and share.
We got some
Subscribe.
people in. Yes. Please subscribe. Thank you.
So our topic today is what's a good second date and does size matter?
So we're piggybacking off of Jen and Sam's conversation about 3 weeks ago. Give us a little recap really quick.
It was, what was it? Are you asking for sex on the first date?
Yes.
Or you expect sex on the first date? Something with first date.
First date and sexual intercourse.
I think I came in on that a little bit. I remember that.
You did?
Yeah,
God bless
you
you.
did.
Oh, man.
And I forgot that other guy was
Jeez.
here too, right? Who was-
No, it was just me and Sam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He was here.
hold it
John
down.
was here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he was like, he doesn't care. But
He doesn't care.
yeah. He
What do
was
you
like,
mean you don't care?
I mean, like, he's a guy, so of course he's like,
The guys
yeah,
care.
doesn't.
They
Exactly,
care.
a different way. Yes, they do.
I just so we can recap this really fast. I feel like men do care. I also feel like if a man spends a certain amount of money on you, there is an
They
expectation.
expect it, yes.
There is an expectation. Now, is that necessarily correct? All right, maybe not. But then on the other side, if I don't know what camera I'm looking at, if a female does sleep with you, she either had too much to drink.
Wait, are you talking about like on the first date?
On the first date.
the first date.
That means she got really nervous. She had too many glasses of wine. She got real loose fast and was like, you know what? Whatever. Just like, let's get it out of the way. That's normally what I think happens.
So it wasn't your efforts, guys.
So it wasn't. Number two, that's what they're there for. They're not here to date you any longer than 2 weeks. And I mean that with all honesty because some of you guys like get starstruck and you really like girls and you're like, oh my God, I like this girl, like, I'm gonna take her here. We're gonna go to Philippe Chow in the city and we're gonna do this and do that and you're gonna spend all this money and then you complain about it. Don't do it. No one asked you to do that. And what I tell my guy friends, y'all already know, I tell you all, take her to get some coffee. Take her to get some coffee.
For the first
Take her to
date?
get maybe an acai bowl. That's it. Take her for something regular schmagular because these girls also have created this expectation. How do I know, A, that I want to bang you, relax, but two, how do you know that I even want to sit across the table and break bread with you? This is just speak from personal
You personally,
experience.
yep.
You've got to be somebody special. In order for me to sit down and eat my dinner with you,
It's true.
no. If I'm not really banging with you, we're probably gonna get coffee. Okay, it was so good. Oh my God, so nice meeting you. This latte was really good. I'm gonna go though. Have a good one, okay? That's what's gonna happen. That is just the truth. If you do take a female, because a lot of times females do want like, it's more time, I guess, because like dinner's longer, which guys, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you've been
Yeah.
on a date with a guy and you're sitting there and then like you're about to get into like a juicy question, and then the waiter's like, "How's everything going? What's happening? Are you guys having a great time? You guys are enjoying the ambience? Like, ma'am, can you just, if you want to just come back, we're gonna hang out." My favorite line is, "We're just gonna hang out. Actually, we're just gonna sip," because they don't have any like social awareness. They're trying to get their job done.
Yeah.
So that's just my point. I feel like a lot of guys, sometimes some of you do it to yourself.
What do you think about? Are you single, by the way, or are you?
That's a
in
personal
relationship?
question. You don't have to answer that if you want to.
Okay.
She's the married one.
Well, yeah, I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
Right now.
That is what we call
good-
a situationship, and that's okay. This is a safe space for
but I wanted
situationships.
to know because I wanted to ask your opinion about it for first dates.
Okay, so for first dates, now that I'm thinking back to like first dates and how I didn't like certain people, I would have rather done the coffee or like the dessert.
Did you hear that, guys?
For
I wanna
certain
make sure.
people.
You heard that?
Yes. And also because some men think, oh, I'm just gonna take her to the top-notch restaurant, the most expensive one. And
Give it up.
Yeah, or that's what she likes. Like it's always got to be top-notch expensive. And if you
Save your money and pay your cable bill. Don't worry.
But the thing is, maybe she likes more quality, like, or like something that's, has more personality. Like, it doesn't have to be top notch. It can be, I'm not saying Applebee's or Fridays, but like one of those places that are very authentic.
Any girl that's bougie like that, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Any girl that's bougie like that probably wears Temu, so don't stress.
Yeah, and it's like,
Don't stress.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry.
So like,
Nothing wrong with Timo, by the way.
So the
guys.
coffee or dessert
what you
date,
gotta do.
you can find out what she's into. Like, find out through the questions.
Exactly.
Like you can tell her vibe. Like if she's gonna be on that timing, and then you decide, do you want to take her on that expensive date, or you want to take her to somewhere authentic and genuine?
Right.
Like I like Spanish food, or I like West Indian food. So then I'm gonna take her to some nice Jamaican spot, or I'm gonna take her to some nice Spanish spot, instead of like Morton's Steakhouse or Ruth Chris. It's like, oh. And that kind of like, that's a little lame too, though, if you think about it. Because it's just so like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you're gonna take me here.
Yeah.
It's not really about, I don't know, something about it. It's kind of like low effort too. It's low-key low effort, because it's like, that is low effort though, if you think about it.
way?
Because I'm just taking, because it's the most expensive.
True.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you that point, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like
I
it was
am.
low-key low effort, because it's just like, you're not really trying to get to know me, you're not really asking me questions, you're just taking me because whatever.
You know
like,
what I'm
okay.
thinking about? Go ahead.
So on that first date, the point is going on a very personal date, like a coffee date, getting to know your person.
Yes.
And then for the second date, using whatever information you acquired.
Yeah.
Which
to make
is
that second date happen.
But that second date better be good though. Like you can't be talking about coffee
No.
shop the second date too, or like,
No.
come on now, like we're not doing
So,
that.
just like because these things are just passing my mind, I don't want to forget them. That is a really important. I believe the second date should have a little bit of detail. At that point, like first of all, women, you're not just gonna like talk to a guy for like 3 days and be like, okay, meet me here. Okay, you could do that. Meet me here for coffee. You hit it off. Whatever. Okay. Then you're gonna talk a little bit more.
right.
And acquire some information. The guy's gonna tell you some information. You're gonna gain some information. Okay. The second date, depending on how you do things, I believe should be something that is somewhat detailed, right? So like, it could either be, oh my God, I'm just thinking about my own life, crazy. But I've had 2 very good second dates, but I didn't like the guy. So it was even harder because it was like, you did all this for me, and it was like, be ready by this time, and like whatever, Wednesday at 8:00, and I'm like, okay, like, fine. And then it's like, oh, I brought you to this place where they serve like tea, and you can actually like do, like, I like arts and craftsy like things. You can like create whatever through it's like artsy, like, okay, you're really hitting my little button, and it's like, I don't like you that much.
Right, I know.
So that's always also tough, right? So you're like, all right, this guy's like actually thoughtful, trying, etc. He thought this through, said, okay, let's meet here. I had this idea, like it was actually like a very funny place. It was like something super weird that I really, really liked. It was like a tea place. They served different types of tea. they have food there, but as you're waiting for like your food and your tea, you can like you basically do like crafts and stuff. Like you can make like a flower. You could do like what was it we made? It was like
It's in the city or
placemat. It was in Brooklyn, and I was like,
oh yeah, Brooklyn, yeah.
oh my god, I love this, but I'm not feeling you. But I love this. This is great.
Were you not feeling him because of the first date?
That's what I was gonna ask.
So this is the thing. So I have a rule. This is my rule. I try everything twice, right? So the first date is like, whatever. All right, let's just like get it over with, like take the Band-Aid off. It could get a little bit like, oh, I'm nervous, like, da, da, da. Like, that's why I say, like, women, sometimes we get nervous, so what do? I'll take another glass of wine. Yeah, so meanwhile, bitch, you know your tolerance is half a glass. So why are you doing that? Why are you going to do that? So it's like, you're sitting there and you're trying to connect with the guy, not look crazy, not have a booger in your nose.
Oh, gosh.
So it was a second day, I was like, oh, let me give this a chance. Then he did something thoughtful like that. I'm like, oh my God. Let me like really like take down my like, my goggles, if you will. Like, let me just try to like really get to know this person.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. Third date. This is like another 3 weeks later. No sex, by the way. This is a third date. I had to add that, Samuel. No sex, girls. Close your fucking legs.
For sure.
So I like go and he's like, oh, we're gonna go to a Jets Giants game. I'm like, what? Not me hyped. I'm like, let's go. This is great. Like, we end up he got tickets. We are so close to the field, but we're right at the awning. Right when it ends, everyone in front of us is getting poured on. It was like a rainy day too. I was like, oh. And he got literally right at that point, and I was like, you're kidding me, right? Like, okay. So long story short, I'm an asshole. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But I was like, okay, so like if you don't, like, because we took a picture and then I was like, oh, can you just like take one of me? And he was like, sure. I feel like he might have known that was the end because it's like, you know, just in case.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So
Oh no.
what I'm saying is that you want to do things that require, on like the second and third date we can talk about, that require you to see kind of the person in a different light, right? So I love activities. Bowling,
Me too.
archery, we're throwing an axe, whatever. We're doing something because I want to see if you're competitive, if you have a temper, like, do you get mad at little things? Oh, the food's not coming fast enough in the bowling alley. What are you gonna throw a bowling ball at the waiter? Like, what grinds your gear? I swear, because it works every time.
Yeah.
And every time you do something that is kind of like, I don't know, out of the ordinary, if you will, going to the aquarium, like, if you're agreeing to it and you're just like not even listening to what the woman is saying, you're just like, yeah, this is like, oh, like
Yeah.
you're gonna annoy me because I need you to know how seals like live, okay? So you're getting a test after class. Like, I'm like that.
I really? You start
Or if we go to like the MoMA and you're just like, this is so whack. Like, okay, so why are we here? Like, if you're not gonna like be involved and it's really something you're not interested in,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. But you also want to see, do they have range?
Yeah.
Are they just like, let's go watch a movie and fall asleep and eat popcorn?
Right. Or if you just want to go to a club
they
all the
wanna-
time or something.
Or you just want to club all day,
Yeah.
club all night, blackout all day. Like, I'm not trying to do that either. So it's like, you want to kind of gauge who the person is through different like activities. And then that'll give you an idea of literally who you're sleeping next to. Because if not, you're just going into this blind. And I feel like, literally, I just feel like dating has become this thing and this standard of like, yeah, if I spend this on a girl, you don't deserve my vagina. I don't know what
Word, no.
you're talking about. You are not getting any closer because you decided to show out at the dinner and get a bottle of Chardonnay on ice. That sounds like a very much personal problem.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah, like, you know.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah.
You have to speak the truth. There are women listening that we need to guide. We are here for you.
Yeah, for real. We all have so much knowledge, I think, all
Hello?
together. But what do you think about those people who like just want to do what you want to do all the time?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I find it weird too. Like, you just want to do what I want to do all the time. Like, you're just all about what I want to do all the time. Like, I want to know you too. Like, what do you like? Like, when they plan a date, when they make a date, it's based on just what you want, what you like.
Excellent.
You think so?
Excellent.
I don't know. Like,
You want to do everything I want to do? Excellent.
I feel
We're gonna
like
go
I
shopping
like
first.
it.
I'm kidding. I'm totally joking. We're gonna go to Louis Vuitton first.
Maria is agreeing with you. She said, that's right.
Hey Maria, baby girl, you understand? You understand? That's what we need. We gotta let the other. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We need to let, because I have like younger cousins. They like look up to me. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but we need to be more present for other females, because I'm telling you, these girls giving it up. I'm like,
No, you can't do that.
baby.
Soul ties, all that.
Stop
you gotta
that.
Yeah, but
chill.
if that's what they want, then they
Correct.
should have the right to give it up.
So
But
that's
how old are they though?
Like, I'm saying, no. When you're young, like 22, 23, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
But when
I
you're
agree
older,
with
but
that.
this is the thing, don't complain to me like, I never am gonna get a boyfriend. Ma'am, if you're banging someone and you've known them for 3 weeks, I don't know where you want things to go, babe. It's not gonna work out in your favor.
So just know the consequences, but do what you want. Yeah.
Exactly. But you have to understand something. The human mind is detailed to take the easy route. Like, we are literally hardwired to take the easy route. Let's say, think about that guy you went on a date with, right? And you're like, this guy is so cute. Like, yo, what am I gonna do? Like, you gotta control yourself. You gotta all this. Imagine you were just like threw that out the window and you're like, he would never take you serious. You have to literally.
That's not true, though. I totally disagree with you, because it really depends on the person, it depends on the man, and it depends on the woman.
In
Like,
what regard?
It can't all be all ladies that have sex on the first date, that they will never find that one person.
Okay.
The reason we went into that topic a couple of weeks ago was, who was it, Sam? It was a famous artist.
Kaylani?
No, Lotto.
Lotto.
Brokey!
That's how old we are, guys. I barely
baby.
even know what she looked like.
I love Lotto.
Lotto is beautiful.
Lotto
She has the blonde hair and stuff, right?
Lotto sings that song. Brokey did it. Let me stop.
I don't even know that song, but I know she was a Cardi B some song, right? I
She
think
is the best, honestly.
So
I love
anyway,
her.
so she had sex on the first date, and she's currently with that same man, happily ever after, with a baby.
That's an exception, though. Majority of the
That's what I'm
time.
saying.
I
It's
agree.
It's not. I got it. Thank you.
I am going to. Okay,
It's-
I'll let you finish.
Yeah. No, that's it. It's not always that.
I'm understanding exactly what Jen is saying here. I totally get it. However, men and women, okay, there is a big difference. Most of the time, okay, that sexual energy, that physicality is on a man's mind all day long. It is on a man's mind most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all day long. I know y'all are working, do your thing, whatever, but I'm just saying most of the time, if you want to get a man's attention, you say a dirty joke. You do that. Like, that's the only way that they operate. So if you take that and you run with it and you say, first day, I'm gonna bang this guy, I'm like, whatever. I promise you, Lotto wasn't talking to this guy for 2 weeks, banged him, and then that's it. They were definitely in conversation. There is an exception. The exception is you actually know the person. You've been talking for a month, 2 months, 3 months. There's gotta be some kind of time put in. I'm talking about you go out, when we're talking about like sex on the first date, in my mind, what I'm thinking about is all the times I used to go out, you meet a guy that night, you go to a barbecue, you meet a guy that night, yo, you wanna go? Sure, let's go. To me, that's a one night stand. Yeah. That is like sex on the first date, one night stand, like yo, that's like we're in and out and we're here to do what we gotta do and we're gonna be out.
Yeah, I
if
think
you're gonna
that's
preach
different.
like you've never done that before, calm down. Please, because we know everyone's done it at least once in their life. So my whole point is, if you're seriously trying to date somebody, then you have to, as a female,
Strategic.
use your power, be strategic, and understand the power you actually do hold.
Yeah.
Stop banging everybody.
Yeah.
I
plus
say
that-
bang everybody.
The married
Just
ones says bang
fucking
everybody.
Love it.
This is
Enjoy
crazy.
it.
But also Lotto, you don't know how long that date was. They're rich. They could have been. That could have been a whole day date.
Also, she's not just
true.
sitting
And,
around.
the connection, the connection could have simmered throughout the day.
So
Yeah.
you get deeper and deeper
So
as hours
can
go
I
by.
piggyback off of that?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of people that go on dates? Like, let's say like a coffee date, whatever, and then it's like, I gotta go to like whatever for work. Do you want to come?
Right.
And it's like, yeah. And then
And it keeps going.
Your first date lasts 3 days.
That's happened to me before. My date,
Whoa.
not 3
Put
days.
the camera on her, please.
Not 3 days, but it lasted all day because we enjoyed each other. Like, so we went somewhere and then we kept going because we was like, you don't got nothing to do. Well, we like, let's go. Because I liked him and we liked each other, or else I would have been out of there. I'm done. Made up something
I love that. You see,
that could happen a lot of.
That could happen a lot, which is true. It could happen, but I'm telling you, there is no way unless. But I don't think she's like that. I think there was a lot of communication prior.
I agree.
She's busy. She's trying to get fame. Blah, blah. You see each other, boom, boom. You got to see if the chemistry is there because it is important. That's what I will say. You can't put a time frame on it. I don't believe in that. But I do believe that you have to see where that sexual chemistry is. Like, literally, do I feel like I want to bang this guy? Like, you need to experience that. There isn't, especially if you're trying to talk to them seriously, I don't think that there's like a too soon or too little. I mean, yeah, you want to go on like a few dates, communicate for at least like 2 months seriously. But then at whatever point that happens, I have friends that are like, you should not be having sex with anyone before 4 months. Okay, that's your timeline. But that doesn't work for everybody. Some people are 6 months. Some people are 2 months.
Weeks.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
This is a very loaded topic because there's so many things to talk about here.
But listen, okay, real quick. If you date somebody for 6 months, you get in bed, you've been looking forward to, and his dick is this small. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, the thing is, during that 6 months,
Call the police.
Some people touch people though. Like,
so let's talk about this, okay, girls. There's a rule.
Hell no.
Because hold on.
What? No, they can like if you're just.
No, this is the real thing.
I agree with touching, but I would never wait 6 months to fucking
Okay,
see
can I just explain something to you? Okay, so for the ladies that are not banging on the first date, unlike the married chick, okay.
Wait, who's down what?
Who's not banging on the first date?
Oh, okay.
There is a Copperfield territory when you're dating, right? So you gotta know how to do things. For example, okay, you're at dinner. Can you guys zoom in her face? She's grinning.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I want to learn how to do that.
You gotta do it. Let me tell you.
So I don't got time to wait 6 months and it's like ridiculous.
Let's do an example.
Do y'all have some time?
How do you do it?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you the cheat sheet. So when you're with a dude, most of the time, okay, so we're gonna take you through the timeline. Are we good with the comments? Everyone okay? Great. I'm gonna take you through the timeline. Okay, you go on your first date. Lord.
Just leave it there.
I'm gonna kill her phone. So you go through the first date. Okay, we have coffee. We go to
first date? I didn't say
wait. Time out. I'm gonna walk you through the timeline. Okay. So it's the first date, whatever. You're at 4-5 Manhasset. You get a little omelet situation. Mm-hmm. My thing also too, I like to see how people eat.
Yes, I know. And
in this kind of way, wait a second. I went on a date with a guy. This is serious. I went on a date with a guy, and I swear to you, this was the biggest turnoff, and I literally did not talk to him after this. He grabbed the fork like this. What are you shoveling?
Oh my God.
Can you tell me what I don't know. Is that? So he's literally like this. He's like, yeah, so, and I'm talking about, it was like a rice bowl with chicken on top. I said,
did he have both arms on the table?
No, but he was,
but you should have taught him. Why didn't you teach him? Be like, hey, baby, that's not how you grab a fork. This is how you grab it.
No, because that could also come off as insulting. My issue was, you're like this, you're like this. Though even the waiter was like, do you guys need napkins or anything? I was like,
oh my God.
Could you actually call the police? Because this is just.
You call the police?
So I actually literally got turned off on one date with this guy. He was literally like, yeah. So I was like, I don't want to hear anymore. Okay. So you're on your first date. Okay. Everything goes good. Okay. So let's do this again. Let's go wherever. Okay. You decide to go somewhere else. Nice dinner. It's a little dark. Okay. This guy has to be a little funny. I mean, Sam's funny, but you got to be a little funny, right?
Okay.
So as you're talking on their lap, you got to start getting touchy feely. Oh my God.
Okay.
And then as you're sitting there, you fall into them. Oh my God. Yo, there's no way you can't feel, if they're not engaging with you, they don't think you're fun. There's got to be something. Sam's laughing because this happened to him. Okay. 100%. Quote me. Listen, I'm telling you. Guys, and also, You're opening up the lines to be flirty. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just be like, yeah, I really like, no one, dude, what are we doing? Like, you've got to be, so this is the thing, a lot of times also females are afraid to be females. Like, you are a dainty, beautiful queen. Like, if you're talking to a guy and you're touching him, he's 100% like, stop. Like, you're gorgeous. Like,
that's true.
You know your effect and your aura as a female.
Yeah.
If you're something like, oh my God, you da-da-da, you put your hand on their back. I know the hair on their back is raised. Like, they're like, come on.
Yes.
They also, you gotta understand how most men see things through like physical touch. Like, okay, she's like really open up to me.
Yeah.
So I must be doing good.
Yeah.
You gotta give some kind of green light.
And that's one thing about all of them is physical touch for love language. Every single last one.
Literally 89%.
Yeah,
Like,
who
Words
doesn't
or
though?
Words, yeah.
which is fine because you know what? That's my.
Oh! Grower. What if it's a grower and not a shower? Well, that's the whole point of the touching, right?
You're gonna show something
want-
regardless, because you ain't nothing happening. You're gonna show a little something regardless. I promise. I promise you're gonna feel something.
That's the whole point. If you don't feel anything, that means he has a small pee-pee, and then you don't ask for that second, third, fourth,
Jen is
fifth
married,
date.
by the way. I want to like put this out there.
I am
She
married. I
she
don't
is
have to
the
worry
best.
about that, and that's why I'm
Woo! Louder.
I am trying
Louder,
to
mama.
save all these ladies from getting stuck.
She's
with
trying to
small
save all you
pee-pees.
hoes. It's hard. She's from the Save a Hoe tribe. So listen.
But wait a minute, but before that, the question was, does size even matter?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
So even
my
before,
bad.
So I've had a few people, I've asked a few friends this question, and it's a consensus that yes, it does matter to an extent, right? Because let's say he doesn't, he's laughing. Let's say he doesn't have, the biggest thing down under, but guess what? He's got a little, what's the word? Motion with the ocean.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, if he knows what he's working with, that could also be a plus. You're not 9-10 inches, but guess what? You're about 7.5, but you know how to move. Different situation. Now, my married friends, Lord, except for Jen, I'm gonna say they have expressed that it does matter, but after a certain point, that goes away. So then it's like, who the fuck are you really like even with, right? However, I feel like sexual attraction and that whole romanticism, it matters past the sexual like intercourse, right? It matters past all the sex and like sleeping, you know what I'm saying? It matters past that. Like I have, I'm talking a lot about myself, sorry. But I've experienced people who are like, they just think like, hey, yeah, you're gonna take your pants off. I'm like, that's not how it works. We saw Sam, we see. Okay. So like, we will get to that question. Sam has a question, guys, we're gonna address it. However, there are some people that are just like, they think that, hey, yeah, I'm like this good looking dude, like you wanna drop your panties. I'm sorry. There's a romanticism that needs to, no, the attitude, like the attitude is like, yeah, I'm taking you out and you need to bang me. The big dick energy, which is fine if you have it and you are,
But not just have it. You have to know how to use it.
No. Let me just say something. If a guy has big dick energy, I'm gonna let you know you don't really know. It doesn't come off like this cocky. Normally the cocky guys there's not a lot happening down there.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're just like, oh, you don't want me? They've got everything else together. Boom, muscles, this, back, traps, bop, nothing.
Yeah.
Good night. I'm sleeping.
Their car is definitely telling you to.
Big dick energy, BDE, big dick energy is something where this gentleman is confident and you're like,
He's chilling.
why are you so chilling? Like you're confident. Yeah. You're not fazed by me. I'm like,
but he probably is.
Right?
He just knows how to act.
Exactly. They know how to control themselves.
Yes.
Because most
self-control, attractive.
Thank you. most men that do have the BDE are it's a different breed. They don't need to do the showing out and all this, and they don't need to do any of that. It is a situation where they know, like when it gets down to it, they know what's up.
Because they've had sex, they had girls, and they know what they do.
I would hope so.
I think it's from experience.
I'm pretty old. I'm 35 plus.
Exactly.
It's from experience.
So it's through experience, right? So also you got to understand, to put things in perspective, at one point they were probably a whore. Go, enjoy yourself, do it, whatever. But there comes a point where you're like, all right, you got to like, whatever. When it comes to the opposite, to answer Sam's question, what is too small? I'm sorry, if I sleep with someone, I'm not having a ruler. Like, hey, can you, just so I have this in my head, how small you are? Like, I feel like when there's no sexual chemistry, when you have your freaking clothes off and you're banging a guy, like, I don't know if anyone's been in these situations, but I'm just saying, I know people, okay? If it's a little rocky,
Yeah.
if it's a little rocky, and we're a little too nervous and we can't get it together, or we drink too much,
That's it for you, or are you gonna try again?
like I said, I try everything twice.
Okay.
But if it's so bad where I'm like, there's nothing there either, I'm not gonna try again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
Smart girl.
I'm gonna just move on to the next, because
Smart.
you also have to be like smart about yourself. Like, you're banging this guy who can't get it up, and then you're sitting there, then it's awkward, then you gotta call the Uber, then there's silence. Bye. I can't.
Oh my
I can't.
God.
I can't.
Don't have time to wait.
I'll actually walk home. So I don't know if there is
What do you think?
About the size?
Yeah,
Yes.
if there is a size.
Yeah, I think it can't be too small, but I think that certain people can definitely work it. In different positions, you can definitely work it out too.
Work it like Missy Elliott.
So
Check her out.
does size matter? Yes or no?
Yes, it matters.
It matters. Okay.
Yes, it matters.
So in other words,
Because certain
does
sizes you
matter.
cannot do anything with, so it does
That's
matter.
So I did the same. I texted all the girls on the group chats, and everyone said yes, it does matter. I had one that said no, it didn't matter because it's all about how they work it.
But still, there's
Motion of
ones
the
that
ocean.
are very,
Excellent.
very right. I've never seen a very, very though, but I can imagine that
Yeah,
what you
I
gonna
haven't
do.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're a lucky girl.
You
You've
are.
never had to suffer through it. Good
Well, you
job.
know what? It goes. Listen, this topic.
and
Is very. If we were to do a science whole thing about this, this could be like a whole essay. Not even more than an essay.
Yeah,
this could be a
because-
3-page. Because before, like, if we really get down to nitty gritty, like, I come from a leader man. Like, my father's a leader, boss guy. So I don't choose stupid people who don't give that VDE. So therefore, I don't get caught up with the nonsense people
Wow.
like that.
She said, my daddy. Let me stop. Anyway.
So yeah, it goes. It's a very interesting topic because it can go as deep as that. Like,
I will say that I feel like also too, like, so, because Sam wrote on the board, like, if you're not a grower, you're a shower, whatever that is. Let me tell you something. If you're not a grower, what is it? If you're a grower, not a shower,
Grower,
like,
not
right?
a shower. Do
So are
know
you
what that means?
uncircumcised versus, like, what are we talking about when
No,
you say
okay.
that?
So that means
that's
it
also
looks
another
small.
traumatizing situation is an uncircumcised. Yeah.
Really?
It is
don't know.
traumatizing. It's traumatizing.
I don't know. I don't see the fucking difference. If it's beautiful,
Oh.
it's gonna be beautiful. But the grower.
but they
being
say
a
when
shower,
it's not.
It means when it's relaxed, it looks really small. But when they get hard, it comes alive and like, hello world.
Now,
That's
what
a
if it has a jacket on
grower-
top? So that's my point.
Well,
is
the
there's
jacket
a
comes
jacket.
off when it goes
Right.
to
Please put your
stand.
hand down. Oh my God. Yes, I understand that. I'm just saying that uncircumcised, it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of hard work on us.
I've never seen that either.
Laughing.
Uncircumcised?
I've
God
never
bless
seen.
you. Jesus, you are God's favorite. Excellent. I'm definitely going to hell, probably.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
I've never
Can I
seen
just
a, you
also
know what?
say-
I've never even seen a picture, and I'm 33. This is embarrassing. I've never even seen a picture of it either.
Good.
Really?
I'm thinking I'm gonna do that tonight. That's what I'm gonna look up.
Uncircumcised.
What the hell does this look
ChatGPT.
like?
If you guys know of any pictures, put them in the comments.
Oh my God! Please.
Where
do
can I
not,
find that
because
picture?
Our show will be
I'm
blocked
kidding. I'm
and
kidding. I'm
restricted.
kidding.
I've heard that but it's more susceptible to get diseases and stuff. That's what I do know.
That's true, especially when they're babies. It takes a little more.
She's talking
to-
about when you're banging
I
multiple women
know.
and you have a jacket on your.
I'm a mom, and I know boy moms. We got to make sure that they're clean, and I'm sure when they're grown men, we have to teach them that they have to clean it.
But don't they don't even sometimes, most of the time they don't have a choice because usually like when they're a baby that they get it done by their parents.
No, you can get it done
Right.
earlier. I actually had a client. He was 40 years old and he got his penis circumcised.
At 40?
And he was like telling me, he was like,
What made him decide to do it?
so I'm gonna not
Probably
be
got a
able to
disease.
train for
Really?
2 weeks. I'm like, why? Okay. Like I had to like pull it out of him, but honestly, you could actually get like infection. Well, not so much diseases, because diseases means it like it stays forever. I'm saying
right,
like infections, things like that. There's a way that you have to clean things, and like it could just get in the way, etc. However, there are many men, a small percentage, that do later down in life do get circumcised. To add to that, I've asked my male friends, do you guys feel like size matters? And they're like, first of all, it's motion in the ocean, da-da. However,
of course I'm gonna say that.
But if girls are hoochie mamas, and then their vag is like beef curtains, and you just been banging everybody, and there's no tightness.
But you know, I never understood that, because doesn't a baby come through the vagina too?
Yes,
so then how the hell does that happen when you're...
She's not a mom, that's why.
Wait.
Your vagina is always going to go back to almost its normal size. Almost.
But when you have sex with someone, it doesn't?
No, what I'm saying is that there are girls...
Especially if you're doing your kegels.
But what
Some are too big. Yes, Sam.
Yes, we're gonna get. Wait, we're gonna get into that. But can I just tell you, what I'm talking about is the girl that like everybody's been, been around.
That's a misconception.
My guy friends will tell you different. They were like, "Yo, her shit. It was not. It was. I had sex with a girl. I had sex with a girl.
It wasn't that woman. It was just a way for them to put down that woman. I'm telling you, it is.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know a lot of horses.
Not literally. I'm just saying, like, I know people. No people.
Maybe sex workers, right?
No.
Because
it's too much.
The only...
Or maybe because it's a long. I get what you're saying, because it's like all day type of thing.
Every day. Multiple hours a day.
Honestly,
I don't know.
So, okay, Jen,
Let's not talk about women. Listen,
Jen, do you have a lot of sex worker friends? Because
I don't. I only have one.
She's just trying to figure out how that happened.
That's okay. I'm just trying to say that on the other side, the other aspect is men are like, yo, I was like finally with her, and that shit was whack. I know 3 men that I could call, and they would be like, yeah, her shit was whack. It wasn't because her vagina wasn't. No,
maybe he was too small.
It was.
Yes! His dick was tiny and could not go in there. Huh.
To my fellas, I'm trying to help. I don't know.
Don't. Listen,
Sam, whatever you want to chime in.
Vaginas are only 4 inches long.
Wow.
And we stretch.
Yeah,
All we need is 4 inches, girls. If a man can't do shit with 4 inches,
I'm a wide load. I'm gonna need a little more than that.
He does not belong in your bed.
Oh, wow.
Period. Size does matter. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing
you're so fucking rude.
So now we have a question.
Is it too big?
Is it too big?
Or just it's too big matters? Like, what was the question?
No, is it too big? Very simple.
Can it be too big?
Can it be too big?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
You're hurting me. Get off.
Get the fuck off.
So then what are they supposed to do now?
Figure it out. There's plenty of fucking hoes out here. You're hurting
That's true.
me.
Them and the prostitutes, the hoes should get together. You're too big, get with a hoe. Right?
Yeah.
Get the hoochie mamas that Brittany was talking about if you're too big.
I got you. I'll find them.
I feel bad for everyone.
I'm just saying there is a side, like, guys are like, yeah, you're too big. And don't try to turn anybody anywhere. Like, leave me here. Stop. Because you're not trying to hit different angles. No, you're literally hurting me. Go get a blow up doll because it's too much. I'm sorry.
Okay, what about the men that are, for example, normal size, 7 inches? I guess 6 inches is the normal size, right? What if they're, Brittany, what are you doing?
Daniel, you love our jackets. Thank you, boo-boo. We appreciate it.
Thanks, hubby.
Shout out to Unscripted. Shout out to Sam. If you haven't heard his jam, we're going to play it later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we will. So the men that have 6, 7 inches but don't know how to use it, they just only know how to put it in and out, and that's it.
You got to teach them. See, that's different because you've got the meat and potatoes. You've got what matters. They just need a little guidance. That's what it sounds like. A little guidance, a little experience.
I agree.
Will go a long way.
But then that goes back to you when you say like they only get 2 times.
All right. This guy, veins, like what do you want to talk about? This guy, girth.
Oh.
What? Sam,
wait. Sam, do you have something to say?
Right. No, for real.
Let's have him added.
Let me give his...
I think he just wants to show what he got going.
He's got a mic.
Sam, you got a microphone?
Low-key, he wants to just...
Sam, does size matter?
Low-key, Sam wants to...
Sam, let's talk about the girth.
We're waiting for Sam to turn on his mic real quick. Hold on, ladies.
That sounds crazy.
Wait, Sam, are you single?
You asked the
I'm
question.
single.
Oh, that's why he's...
No, This is part of the conversation.
Sam low-key trying to say something.
No. I'm just saying part of what matters: girth or length. That's a question.
Why is everyone looking at me? Why is everyone looking at me?
I say girth. Because I can't do nothing with the long dick. It's like, no, we need girth.
The long pencil penis.
Oh, God, those are terrible.
Yeah, girth
I've never had one, actually, so let me not talk.
You know, it's so sad because you can't work that out. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah,
Girth.
same.
Girth?
I think so, girth.
So
Because then it hits where you orgasm. So it has to be girth.
Yeah.
Right? Or is it like
We're talking about
It's hitting the G spot?
the G spot is like in the front, so therefore the girth has to hit.
Yes.
Has to hit. You heard that? Has to.
It's not the leg.
Don't
Where's the leg
forget
going?
it.
The leg is just gonna get you pregnant real quick.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes you don't want that.
Oh, I know. Excellent.
That was awesome.
Sam, did you want to
Girth
add?
matters. Size matters.
what's your worst experience sexually?
Oh.
This is like crazy. We don't listen. I just want to let you know this is free speech for now. We don't have to answer any of this. All right. We don't have to say anything. We don't.
I'm saying we on the topic.
I can't even remember. I've been fucking the same guy for like 10 years.
Whoa! Give it up for the married lady. Come on, give it to her. Do you feel like sex really mattered in the beginning of your marriage? And
Yeah, I wouldn't have married Daniel if he didn't have. I mean, if
Daniel,
he didn't know.
Don't say too much in the comments,
I know.
honey.
Sorry. They're gonna try to take him away from me.
The ones they don't remember. I don't know. That's the
Yeah,
worst.
basically.
You don't remember, and they're like, "Hey, babe." You're like, "Hi."
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
here's one. I had a relationship when I was very, I guess, young. I could say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we dated for a long time before we had sex, and he
Nice.
had a micro penis.
This is okay. So she's experienced firsthand PTSD.
right.
So we have to give her this time to recuperate. She is finally expressing this story.
Telling her
and
story.
that is why she is so passionate about getting the sex out of the way.
Fucking right. That is
Now
right.
we
That is-
understand, guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Everyone
Experiences.
is different. Everyone is different.
Oh my God.
And
How'd that make you feel?
I couldn't do anything because we were in a relationship for so long. I was like,
Oh, you
okay,
couldn't get out.
I guess I'll.
How do you
Whatever. I guess this is normal.
Oh, babe, you're doing a great job. Yeah, okay. So how do you get out of the situation?
That's right.
Because like girls are really like, I didn't know
wait,
what
what
to do.
did you do, though?
I didn't know what to do. I just laid there. Like, no, get.
What do you, when you said out of the situation, I thought you meant like break up or
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Okay, this guy. Okay, you waited, bada bing, good dates, bada bong, bang out, whack.
Whack.
What do you do? Can't move for no. There's like 4 inches that you're trying to deal with. You put it in your mouth.
Not
It's like it's
even.
like an actual like lollipop from the dentist. You're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you get out of the situation? You know what? This isn't really working for me. Or do you just lay there? I need to know.
Okay, so I had to lay there a couple of times.
There's a lot of guys who are like,
did.
"Oh."
I had to lay there a couple of times.
Wow.
And he was just
until
having
yeah, he was having a blast. He was having the time of his life.
Oh my
Have the time of my life.
But wait, I'm very
And
interested.
I'm
But
deep.
I'm curious though. Okay, so like if they're too small, they can still feel a lot.
Yes, they're
How does
human
this work?
beings. What? It's just a small.
Kinda.
No, but I mean like
What? If they just
because they're too small, so you can't really feel.
for you, but there's
can't feel it.
there's
oh,
someone.
yeah, it's different.
There's
Yeah.
someone out there for them. It's just not you.
me.
It's not you. It's gonna be somebody else, and they might be 4'3", but guess what?
Yeah.
That's it.
I feel like it'll be.
Miriam, hi Miriam.
Miriam, what up, girl? Who that? That's
One
so
of
funny.
my PFC moms.
Oh my God! Hey,
She's
mom.
in the hospital. I hope you're doing good.
Dang.
Yeah.
Feel better, Miriam.
She's good. She's taking
God bless
pain
you.
meds.
God bless you. You
What
know.
was the other question?
So wait, when
was
he
asking
was
for
too
personal
small, you mean
questions,
you
which is
couldn't feel
crazy.
it?
I mean, I could feel a little bit, but it wasn't like fun to me.
Okay.
It wasn't enjoy. Okay, so you've got to understand something also too, right?
Starfish.
When you're with somebody, not the starfish. You know, it's really scary. That was really intense. My whole thing is like, as also emotional women, right? Women are emotional regardless,
Yes.
right? So that brings me to my point of like when dudes come in, they're just like, yeah, it was like I'm not just taking my pants off and you're gonna rail me. Like you got to do a little something.
Yeah.
You got to like. Now my question is,
You've got to lick it before you stick it. Yeah.
correct. Yes, if you must. So my whole thing is like, there's like a romantic side that I feel like women want, and like men should really tap into. I tell all my guy friends, I'm like, if you're trying to bang her, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. Now,
You tell them what to do.
yeah, because I'm like, I need to help them.
out.
I need to help them. Like, what are you talking about? Well, I brought her to my room. Dude, what are you talking about? So like, there's that like chivalry side. You gotta give a little something to a female. Like, we are emotional. Like, you can't just be hot.
Yep.
You can't just stand there. Like, you gotta do a little something. Like, I know people that literally are married, they have sex, and they never kiss. And I'm just like,
Oh, that's crazy.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
wild.
it's like you're just going into sex like, hey.
So that's not
What?
an emotional relationship. That's literally just physical.
Right, which is really, I think,
Sex
tough. And I think that, I don't think that's the most women.
Sex workers don't kiss.
So is that all that men care about? Like most of them, they just want to see how can I get the sex? How can I get the pussy? Is that really all?
Sometimes it's a game.
No,
Sometimes it's a game.
Because how about you guys
No,
be
Sam
gentlemen
shaking
and
is-
be good?
Time
and-
out. People shake their heads and they say, no, because they're at a different point in their life. There was a point when everybody was like, yeah, I'm banging this dude, I'm banging this girl, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Flimsy,
Early
you
20s.
have sex, whatever, and then your one friend.
I'll answer that. So
Yes.
Oh, I was
Most-
talking? That's so weird.
I love you too.
So weird.
I love you too. To answer that specific statement, when you hear about guys in their younger days and they're like, "Yo, I want to bang this dude. I'm not dude. Excuse me,
Right,
girl.
girl.
Pause." It stems from insecurity. So
100%.
most guys normally are the romantic. They'll write the poems. They'll do it everything else, and then they'll come across that one girl that literally turns them into that savage where it's like, nah, I'm just gonna go after just the sex because that's what they respect. And then, when a guy gets to that older stage and he's like ready to settle down and everything else, it tends to be a bit harder because that previous, it doesn't really necessarily go away.
Okay.
All right, so.
Are you speaking from
Way
experience,
to bring
Sam?
the tone down.
Right,
And now we're
like
all
that
gonna
was
just
like,
kumbaya
wow.
and hold hands. So
Yo, y'all are so
I'm
funny.
just trying to understand. So what you're saying is it never really leaves them. So what kind of man are you telling me that some guy is if they haven't grown past those little, like that one situation? And
That was like 20 years ago.
Those
That-
60-year-old men with the Speedos at the beach with the
Like, is it that or is
Yes.
it? But like my whole point, no, really, because my whole point is like I know those guys in high school that were slinging chicks. They're all married now. They're all with kids, etc. I feel like you have to be mature and kind of get through that situation with that one person. But you can't say it never goes away. Like it better go away if you're my husband. You should not.
It
You
goes
should be like
away.
so fulfilled, like you're with me.
If you find the right one, it goes away. What I mean is that alertness, like once he sees like, oh, it's not going nowhere, whatever, and this person's a game, they're gonna be aggressive. They're gonna be like, all right, at least let me get some cha out of this,
Once they know it's not going anywhere, meaning what?
The relationship.
Yeah. So like
They don't like them anymore.
maybe they've gone on several dates, maybe they've done whatever, and then the conversation is whack. There's nothing to talk about.
So now they just want to hit?
So now it's
Yeah.
like, at least let me get this out the way, and then I'll stick around. And if it's not good, should be
you
you,
later.
but bye.
Oh, I get it, because men are different. Yes.
Of course.
So because they spent their money and they feel like they don't want to have wasted all that money spent finding out later that this ain't the person. Now they just want to hit. Got it. They want to get their money's worth.
I can't summarize for all men. I'll say for some.
Okay. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good information.
Dun.
Do you think that those guys that were slinging it here and there, that they're very faithful in their marriages?
Probably only because
Better
they.
be.
I feel like they faithful, but I feel like something in their head, sometimes, like, they definitely.
Men are delusional. Men think they still got it. When they've
Yeah,
been
and
married
they
for
will-
like 10 fucking years and they're like, oh, if I were to go out, I would bang somebody. No, boo-boo. You don't got it anymore.
Gotcha.
I'm so
But
done.
I feel like in their head
That's true.
something. I think that they still have that something.
Because you have to understand
They
that
may not
men-
act on it, but they still want to know.
What you're
like,
talking about, that's something, that like little thing, that little little devil you're talking about.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is their ego.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Men have an ego at any age, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 and change, 50 and change. They have an ego until the end of time. End of time. And that's just how it goes, right? So when you have a man and they're literally like, all right, I'm gonna like, get it in with this girl, whatever. Sometimes men do also stick around, like, oh, I really like this girl, like, I don't know, maybe she was nervous, like, blah, blah. The first time they have sex, maybe it wasn't that good, whatever. But for the most part, like, men have an ego. It's like, oh, I've been talking to this girl, I took her on dates, bought ass that money, and then you don't smash, and you go back to the group chat, and they're like, bro, for real?
Oh my God.
That's gonna be something.
So ego for what? Ego for the guys that they're friends?
Yes, it's even for the guys. So if the guys go like, yo, it was a rap, like I banged her, it was like whack. Then it's at least something. You can't go back and say, yeah, I was talking to her for 4 months and nothing happened.
That's probably why they get aggressive too, because they're friends and all this.
And then what happens is that men have egos, and then they're like pissed about that, and then they say, you know what, fuck it. The older they are, I personally, when do you guys think men mature?
I don't know.
What age?
I think in their late 30s.
Late 30s?
Mm-hmm. Sam, what do you think?
From what you're saying, majority, right?
Yeah.
I generally feel that each man has his own circumstances.
All right, we just want an age.
That,
Late 30s.
can I just answer? Like,
Yeah. Go ahead. We're listening.
Jesus
We're
Christ.
listening.
Right. Meaning, if most men, they kind of like what they say, follow by example. So if they had a situation where mom and dad had a really good upbringing, there was no fights and they found their sweetheart and kids that get raised in, 2-parent households, they tend to follow. What I mean? It's the ones that, grew up without the mom and dad or the dad in the house, etc.
Or male, like a stepdad too can be,
Yeah, so they tend to really not follow the protocol. That's really what it stems from, to be very honest with you.
So late 30s?
No, because the reason why I'm saying that, because I for example, I know people that got married right out of college when I went to school, and they are still married, 15 something years later, which is, pretty freaking dope, but
amazing.
You have to have that, and you have to know what you want. You have to be secure with yourself. You have to know, and in my personal opinion, I believe God is really the key factor in all of these things that we do. That's just me putting in my little 2 cents.
Yes.
I feel like men don't mature until they're almost 40 years old. That is the truth.
Agreed.
Literally until they're 40 years old. Because when you get to 40,
Oh my God.
you can't really hide the grays. Like, you can't. It's like if you didn't take care of yourself, like all of a sudden it's like you're 30 years old and like, oh, I'm going to turn 40 in 2 years. I got to start working out. And then you see those guys in the gym all the time. Like, I just come from a different, I guess, background, if you will. But I just feel like men truly do. Because there's men that are married and there's men that are married and have kids and they've been married for like a few years and they drink their asses off all day long. Any barbecue, a kid's party, they're just immature in that sense. I'm talking all around maturity. I think that most men, once they get to like 40, it's like, what are we doing? The grays really start to come. You can't cover them up. You can't put that much dye in. Like, that's really the truth. And I genuinely feel like that. And I feel like there are people that are younger that are married, but are they really mature?
Yeah.
Are they really mature? Like, are they falling asleep on the bathroom floor because they're throwing up all night from a 4-year-old's birthday party? Like, these are just things that I'm just telling you that I've seen. And I feel like also there's the other aspect of people who, let's say, get married. This is me personally. I feel like there's a lot of people that get married very early and they might have a change of heart later down the line. And I feel like sometimes when that happens, it's a very tough transition for everybody. It's like, oh my God, I thought I made the right choice. Now I didn't. Now I got to do this. Your life is changing. You've got to pivot that energy. I feel like it's very hard. And I feel like for whatever reason, once you get to like 36, 37 age gap, it's like, I really got to figure out what I'm doing in my life. And I feel like that is the only time, because think about that, by that time, you're a young, successful man in the workforce, like A, B, and C, but it's like, what do you really have at home? Or like, what you have at home, is it really fulfilling you? You think of life differently. Like, how am I going to get fulfilled? You're telling me when you go out and bang chick after chick and cheat on your wife, you're being fulfilled for that sexual need that you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, you're talking about married men.
I'm talking about married men. I'm talking about mostly any man, but mostly married men. Like, it's like, I just feel like the maturity aspect really, in general, all men, for me, I think it's like 40.
I don't think they probably ever. I think they just put on a front like they're so daggone mature.
The front gets better at 40.
The front is like, oh yeah, I'm married with kids, I have a house.
Oh my God.
Like, I feel like that's party thing. All Spanish men get drunk at 4-year-old parties.
Let's get it, baby.
Caribbean people too. Caribbean
That's
people
racist.
That's racist.
Oh my God. Everyone got drunk at my daughter's first birthday party. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. I don't think they ever do. I think they're just like, I think they're always, but I think there's something good about that too. Like, sometimes you need a big kid in the house sometimes for the wife too. Because sometimes we get too serious as well.
That's true.
I think it may be complimentary.
Not that big. You still gotta freaking mow the lawn. Not that big, baby. I'm kidding.
Oh, really?
I'm kidding.
Like, I think even people and guys who are not that mature, they still do their house duties and stuff like that. But I think inside of their head, sometimes they're just like, they do it because they have to.
Where are you finding these men?
What do you mean?
Do they really exist, that they do housework? This is new to me. Wow.
What?
I don't know why you're pointing at yourself. I'm not talking about you at all. Jesus.
Sam just
no,
gave
some men,
Brittany
some men, I'm just like,
look.
I'm like,
where are you going?
What do you mean?
Where do you go to hang out?
Where do I go?
Or do you go by out by yourself?
No. It's more It's more of, I think of what I'm around. Like, I'm around a lot of men that they have a wife. Why would they clean? They don't even know how to change a diaper, or they change like 2 diapers in their life.
That's the woman's fault too. I was gonna say that. I feel like sometimes like when you're dating a man, you mature them up too based on what you're allowing too, because it's up to us at a certain point. Well, at a lot of points, like if you want to have sex, if you don't, or it's be like, I'm not doing that unless I'm married, or I'm not doing that until whatever, or
I'm not doing that until you clean the garage.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you're still,
I want everything organized.
But for real.
And I want the firewood to the right on the side.
Because all they think about is sex all day, right? Yep. All they want to do is have sex. So if they didn't do that, why are you busting it wide open then?
Whoa!
I don't understand that.
I don't know if we were gonna get to that term tonight. However, we have. Amazing.
So we control that. We control a lot of that.
I agree with that. I agree that enabling an individual, your partner, to.
We have to make them grow up.
Yeah, that's tough.
Or just by us having our standards, they'll get the picture.
But some people, that's true.
Yeah.
For example, me and Angelina, I always tell her, being a man or whatever the case is, and that women, you guys have such an incredible power, especially if you're pretty.
Thank you.
Right?
Oh.
If you're not pretty, I'm sorry, ladies, this doesn't necessarily relate to you, and it's not to be mean, but it's the reality.
But there's plastic surgery, there's all these things you can do.
I'm going to explain something that correlates with everything, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if a woman is very, like, the real word for demure is calm, reserved, shy, right? In a sense, and she's also very sweet. Like, she could make a guy literally jump out the building at the top floor just on some please, and it will melt. Mm-hmm. So if the situation at home isn't necessarily working, it really could be the woman. She could be,
screaming out, clean the mother.
Or she's like, or she's like, just really not doing what you guys mentioned in the beginning of the podcast about touch and, like, oh my God, I love how that suit looks on you. Like, and it's vice versa with men. They have to do the same thing. But a woman has the most power. She can really elevate that man to the next level, or she could bring him down to a pebble. And I didn't even try to rhyme with that, by the way.
That was so good. Yeah.
That was the artist in you.
Lyrical vibes. I like it. No, you're absolutely right. And I do have to say just one more thing before we go, because we're winding down. I do believe in that. I feel like sometimes women forget that we get so insecure on the outside. We forget about the inside. You are so powerful. You are so powerful. I'm not talking about like people jumping off bridges. I don't know what he was talking about, but I'm just saying, as a woman, sometimes if we can control our emotions just a little bit, you can really have a very much positive effect on a man, and you will get them to do what you want. But you gotta like chill sometimes, because depending on their relationship with their mother, this and that, they're not gonna be receptive to your maybe intense, very curt, abrasive words. They're gonna be more receptive to, babe, I asked you yesterday, even though you're amazing, you did so great with work yesterday, I'm so proud of you, but I did ask you to pick up your socks. Do you remember? Oh, okay, babe. And honestly, it works.
Nah.
No, it works. I'm gonna say right now, it works with a specific kind of person. It depends on the person. It depends on the relationship that you have. I believe in having a relationship where I'm not yelling. I'm never yelling. I've been in so many crazy situations with exes. I'm never yelling. And that's when you should be scared.
Yeah. When you're not talking, that means
when
you
I'm
don't care.
not screaming, like, I'm telling you,
that's true.
But I know that men are very sensitive, so that's why you're right. Like with patience too, you take it easy.
I wouldn't say,
But
because
I
like
think
sensitive can be misconstrued. I would say that men are not emotionless. They are not emotionless. They have feelings. They might want to cry.
Yeah.
They have to bear a lot of emotional responsibility, physical responsibility. They have to care for their families. They have to provide. They have to be there. It's a lot. And it's always like, we don't really kind of dive into like, are you okay today? Like, how are you feeling? Any guy I've ever done that, they were like, well, today I actually had a really long day. Do you want to hear about it? Sure. Like, what happened? Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you the story. Like, I've literally lived through that. Like, that is a real thing. And that's why I say not sensitive, because men get weird. I ain't sensitive. Okay, they're not emotionless.
Gotcha.
And that is something that I feel like females need to respect a little bit more, because that's the truth. Across the board, we can be like, no, it's all about us. Da, 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 da. But it comes down to respecting that about the other person, understanding that they're a human, understanding that your communication matters. How you communicate in general, how you speak to each other, how you communicate with your bodies. Like, try other things. It doesn't need to be, I'm just laying here and we're doing the same thing every night. Like, those, how you communicate with your body is what I'm trying to say.
That's
so
true.
that's important.
It is very true. We have to be careful. We have to show our appreciation to our men, our partners.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so let's close, guys. That's it for today.
This is fun.
If you're still here, hi.
What is everybody saying? I can't even see what they're saying. What do they say?
They're saying, you are the most beautiful woman.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
They've ever
really
seen.
They're saying,
Her
please
braids
give
are
us-
perfect. Her teeth are.
Oh
Her
my
skin
God, her
is
teeth
the
are.
best.
Oh
thing
my
I've
God,
ever-
her lashes too.
Whatever. Thank you.
She's amazing. That's what we
Guys,
got.
please make sure you subscribe, like, comment.
She's prettier than Sam will ever be. Okay. Wow. So weird. You guys are so
are
spot on
loved.
tonight.
You are powerful. What was the other one, Sam?
You're loved.
You are loved,
Valued.
valued.
You can do anything you set your mind to, as long as you believe it. You
You
can
can
achieve
it. This is the
can
Unscripted
achieve it.
podcast. We are out.
All talk.
Peace out.
All talk.
Peace.
Love you. Bye, guys. See you
Insights
next